You can actually make joggers trousers with ease like a pro. All you have to do is follow these few steps I shall be discussing in this video. Welcome to my YouTube tutorial. My name is Yaya Momo. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you're yet to. These are the measurements needed for construction of joggers as well. And you need 2 years of fabrics that is 60-inch wide for the construction. We start drafting from the front pattern. Waist measurement is not needed because we are making use of elastic band. So at the waistline, we shall be imputing the hip measurements. You fold the fabric with the width of the largest part of the body, which is the hip measurement. The hip here is 44, so we divide it by 4. It gives us 11. We add 2 inches for it to it, which is 14 inches. Then another the 2 inches is for the crotch extension. Then the next 2 inches we are going to be adding is for the seam allowance, making 16 inches. So you are going to be having a width of 16 inches that is going to be on fold by 16 inches. So at the tip of the folding, you draw a vertical line, and this vertical line is called the waistline. This vertical line represents the waistline. Next, after you've drawn this waistline, next you are going to be marking the M line. The M line, which serve as the trouser length, is you add 2 inches to it for hemming allowance. So you take note of it. You start the measurement 1 inch above the waistline. That is for the band that will be added later. So when you've done this, the next part of your vertical measurement that you shall be putting is your crotch depth. Your crotch depth is the distance from your waist to the crotch depth, which is 11.5 inches. We divided the hip divide by 4, and we got 11.5 inches. That's how we got your crotch depth. So after the crotch depth, you shall be imputing your knee measurement. Your knee measurement is 22 inches away from the waistline. So that is going to be your nail measurement. So after the nail measurement, the last thing you are going to be imputing is your hip line. Your hip line is 9 inches away from the waistline. So that is that's all of the vertical lines. You've drawn all the vertical lines. So on these vertical lines now, you shall be imputing your horizontal measurement. So the first measurement you'll be imputing is your hip measurement. You shall be imputing. Okay, before you impute your hip measurement, generally what I normally do is to mark 1 inch at that folded edge and mark it out. What the essence of marking it out is that if I'm constructing, majorly I used to put seam allowance on the front and the back pattern. So this 1 inch marking that I marked is for the seam allowances later that I'll be, so that I'll have enough seam allowance. I will not be having issue with the seam allowance. So when you've marked it out, then the first measurement you shall be imputing is your hip measurement. You shall be imputing your hip measurement on your crotch line. So your hip is 44. You divide it by 4. You get 11. Add 0.5 inches, making 11.5. Also mark the same 11.5 at the waistline. Then connect with your ruler. These serve as the center front line. So when you connect with your ruler, then then the next thing you shall be doing is to input your crotch extension. Your crotch extension is 2 inches. We got 2 inches because since for shorter crotch extension, it shall be fitting closely to the body. So longer crotch extension, it shall be fitting loosely. So we are making use of 2 inches. So we connect from that crotch extension to the hip line. Then at the front center front line, we go in by 0.5 inches. Then we connect to the waistline. Then at the sideline, we went up by 0.5 inches. Then we connect. So you see that we connect from the side from the side from the sideline to the center front, which we went down by 0.5 inches as well. So this is the new waistline. So when you've gotten the new waistline, you've gotten the upper part of the trousers. So we shall be going to the lower part of the trousers. So in this lower part of the trousers, we go to the crotch line. We measure the crotch line, which is the hip measurement plus the crotch extension. So when we've measured the hip measurement plus the crotch extension, we find the midpoint. When we get the midpoint, we mark it out. Then we take these markings of the midpoint that we've gotten, we put that same marking on the knee line, and we'll also put the same marking on the hemline. So then you use your ruler to connect this line, having a vertical line. So you can connect it since this is not going to have a dart. There's no need of connecting it up to the waistline. So we always stop at the crotch line. So we connected it with using a ruler. So now what the next thing you shall be doing is that at the trouser opening, that is the hem side, which is our own trouser opening is 8 inches. So we are going to be marking 4 inches at both sides of the line. Then we go to the knee line. On the knee line, because I wanted it fitted, I'm going to make it 5 inches. I'm going to be adding 1 inch, the leg opening. I'm going to add 1 inch. You can also add 1.5. It all depends on how you want it. So I'm adding 1 inch to it, making 5 inches. Then mark it. Then we are going to be connecting from the side. From the sideline, we're going to connect from the hem down to the nail, from the nail to the tip of the crotch line. So you've gotten your sideline. Then you come to the inseam as well. For the inseam, you are going to be connecting from the hem to the hip, to the knee line. Then from the knee line to your from the knee line to the crotch extension tip. So when you've gotten it, then make sure you confirm your thigh measurement. In this aspect, I mistakenly omitted the thigh measurement. So that is the front pattern. So when we're done with the front pattern, what we're going to do is that we're going to be adding seam allowances of 0.5 inches wide. So I'm going to be marking 0.5 inches wide at both sides, at the inseam side and at the side seam side. We're going to mark it from the hem to the waistline. So we also go to the other side and mark 0.5 inch. You can also make it 1 inch. It all depends on what you're using. So this is the front pattern. When you're done with it, you will cut it out. So when you're done with it, you will cut it out. So this is your front pattern. And after this is your front pattern. So when you're done with your front pattern, the next thing you shall be doing is cut it out. So when you cut it out, you'll be using this pattern to draft the back pattern. The back pattern is going to be slightly bigger than the front pattern, but like me, I don't really mind. I only make it 1 inch bigger than the front pattern. Then the major difference between back and front pattern is at the crotch extension. The crotch extension, because of the boots, is larger by 1 inches. But if it's bigger boot, you can make it 2 inches. Then at the back center line is higher by 2.5 inches. So now you take note of the differences. You add 1 inches to the back extension, then trace it upward. Then at this upper side of the center back line, what you are going to do is to add 2.5 inches. But before then, we at the inseam, I added 1 inch from the crotch line to the hem lines, and I connected them together. So this is just the major difference. So the other side is going to be the same. Then you go to the center back line is going to be higher than that of the center front line by 2.5 inches. You measure and mark. When you measure and mark, you connect to the side seam with a ruler. make sure that this connection, when you connect, you connect with ruler. You just connect it straight up to the with ruler, and it's going to be the side seam of both the front seam and the back seams and the back pattern. They are the same, so you trace out the side seam of the back pattern. So from this is your this is simply your back. You can see it's very simple. This is simply your back pattern. You're done with it, and you cut it out. So what is left now is our waistband. You can have your waistband. The size of your waistband solely depend on the size of the elastic you're going to be using. So if you're making use of 1/4 wide elastic, you shall be using, you times the 1/4 by 2. So this particular band is 6 inches wide by